Click OK.
Welcome, everyone. This is such a joyous occasion for us all to join back together again and have our session of our love fest of diving deeper. And today I'm just so thrilled that we have Reverend Rena Winfield and also Reverend Dr. Kimberly Marooney with us to be working with us and sharing their love and their inspirations. So today's agenda is to have an opening prayer with Josie and inspirational message with Rena and Kimberly, discussion, meditation with Rena, and then have a general discussion on the quote and the teachings. Um, just to give acknowledgement to our beloved Judith Coates and the mission that we have at Oak Ridge University is to promote peace in the world, respect for all life, and the empowerment of each person to fulfill their highest potential. Just want us to ground in on that vibration of peace on earth, peace within, and peace with all of our heart family as well. So I'd like to ask Josie to lead us in our opening prayer.
Okay. As we become still, I'm knowing that we are one with the one. There is no separation. All that is flowing in and through us, as us, and all around us, right here and right now. We have come together by divine appointment. We know that we are vibrating very high and we are increasing our vibration moment by moment. And so, as we touch each other, we know that we are touching all the souls that, for whatever reason, are not here, those that are on their way, those that we will meet in the so called future. But we know all time is now. And so we bless every soul, their family, friends, and loved ones. We bless all the souls that are connected with Oak Ridge University and beyond and beyond and beyond. For truly, there is not a spot that Abba, all that is not. Thank you as we go forth in peace, in love, and in joy, knowing that whatever situation that we may have been challenged with when we came into this situation, we know that we will leave free and whole and complete. Thank you, Father, as we go forth in peace. All is well and well indeed, and so it is. Amen and amen.
Thank you, Josie.
Mm.
Truly, truly, truly appreciate you. And I know that most of you know our beloved Rena and Kimberly, but I want to tell you a little bit more about them because they are both such incredible, special people. So Kimberly has agreed to host today because I was not sure I was going to be able to be here. I had a wonderful family reunion with 23 people who had never been here to this area. And so it was really a fun time the last 9 days. So thank you, Kimberly,
Oh, wow.
for on our hosting. And as many of you might know, she is president of Gateway University, the School for Higher Consciousness, and she is the every person in there. She holds every role. She's an incredible instructor, curriculum designer. She's the mentor to many students, and the degrees are from the bachelor's to doctoral degree. She has 12 wonderful books about angels, as well as her uh, angel blessings and angel love cards. And she's just a devoted Heart family member and part of our Oak Ridge board members. So thank you, Kimberly, for being here with us today and guide us and be here with Rena, who is also a gifted spiritual counselor and angel minister. She's been through Kimberly's program, and she's also our prayer chaplain within Oak Ridge University, and she's coming on as board member with us as well. So thank you, Rena, also for bringing your grace, your deep presence, and your wisdom. So with that, let's see if there's any other folks who are joining us right now. So welcome whoever has joined. And I turn it over to Kimberly and Rena. And if you need support with any of the other slides, just let me know and I will be glad to put them on. So thank you.
Eva, can you turn your computer up?
Up, you mean sound?
Yes.
It's as far as it can go.
Okay.
That helps when you move closer, Eva.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, everyone. I am just so delighted to see you all. I've missed you. It's been a while since I've been
A
here.
long time.
It has been. And it's even
Hmm.
been a while since I've been able to see Eva, and we're neighbors. So I'm doubly delighted to be here with you all today, feeling the love of the heart community in my heart, in my life. I'm just so pleased. So Rena is another one that I have known long enough now to have witnessed her heart blooming and opening in ways that I think she
Hmm.
never might have imagined could happen. And so here she is now, Reverend Rena, she's also your prayer chaplain. And so when Eva asked her to pick a quotation from one of the Jeshua books for today, she just happened to pick book 8, Dissolving the Veil. And she just happened to pick the book that I had written the foreword to, which she noticed I did. And I love that coincidence because I got to tell the story in the beginning of book 8. I think probably most of you have book 8, but I got to tell the story about what it was like for me the very first time I went to Judy Coates' home when she was on Windmill Avenue in Squim before she moved, when she was in the bigger house before she moved to the smaller house.
Hmm.
And I got to
Swim.
tell Squim, yeah, I got to tell about my experience of what it was like coming into the room and sitting on those rose-flowered couches and feeling that presence of Jeshua palpably in the room, the presence of that love. So this is, I love this book. It's one of my most favorite. And also, as I was reading the lesson that the quote that Rena chose came from, I was really delighted because there's a wee bit of homework for us at the end. So remind me if I forget, if I get all excited and I forget about that wee bit of homework, remind me because we want to do this. So with that, Rena, do you want to take over and tell us what you chose and why and carry us forward into this importance of dissolving the veil and looking inward?
Oh, I'm just delighted to be here and thank you all for coming. Um, Eva had asked me to choose a quote from Jeshua in one of the books, and I have all the books lined up on my bookshelf. And I went to the bookshelf, I closed my eyes, as often I do because I know that I'll be guided to the right place. And I pulled out book number 9. Is it no? Is it 9? And it's Dissolving the Veil. And I opened it up to page 22, and this quote, I had loved this quote before, and it just so is appropriate for this time that we're in. You are in the midst of a great revolution, and it is not an outside revolution with the brothers and sisters. It is a revolution within yourself, a turning around, not looking outside of yourself, but coming to look within. This is a time which is truly going to test all you have believed about yourself and
Mm.
about the world and about others. So, this statement is so appropriate. There's so much going on in the world, and there's so much to think about. But the main thing is we're all being called for a particular purpose. We're called to share love, peace, and joy. And the way we do that is by learning about where we are spiritually. And I decided to talk a little bit about the veil. I think the veil is so interesting. It's so mysterious in such a way. And it supposedly is a thin veil above our pineal gland. And maybe other people have other places for it, but this is what I interpreted. And it's the unseen. The veil is seen as our forgetting our past experiences. When we incarnate, we don't remember our soul from a higher dimension, and we don't remember our past lives. But the purpose of the journey is to remember and to awaken to that higher self in us. And if the veil were to be taken away quickly, we couldn't take it. It'd be too much for us. So therefore, our journey is walking through life and learning different things, having different experiences, understanding those experiences and why we're having them, and learning more and more about ourselves. When we're born, we are inoculated with our children, with our parents' values. Where the ego is installed in us almost, and past lives are also kind of there. Different things are a part of what we are when we come in. And so one of the important things I learned was Kimberly had the course I took from her, the angel ministry, was about the God ladder. And if you'll remember in the book of Genesis, Jacob was out at a camp and he fell asleep, and he had this beautiful, beautiful dream of a ladder going to heaven. And at the top of the ladder was Yahweh, God, and up and down the ladder were angels going up and down, ascending and descending. And I love that, because when I think of what we do in the God ladder, I feel like we're being guided, we're being directed, and we're being given the opportunity to have great support with the angels who help us to learn. They teach us, they guide us, they support us, and it's just a blessing. And so when I took the class in the angel ministry, I was just taken back by the God ladder. It's such a special, special, special thing. And it was designed by Kimberly's mentor, Dr. Janet Reno, who was her mentor, her teacher, and she passed it on to us. And I guess I don't remember which book it's in, Kimberly, but it may be in several books. So it's just one of the most beautiful pieces of understanding that I've had. So Kimberly, if you would put the God ladder up. As you're looking at the God ladder, you see the first three steps of the God ladder are basically the ego identity in the world, our mental beliefs, our emotional beliefs, our physical form, the gravity that holds us down. I find that this is so interesting because when I think of us being actually living in the third dimension, which we've been living in, and we're working to go higher and higher dimensions, I was thinking about the ego, and I thought, the ego wanted to seek love, to find love from someone else. And it's interesting, as you go up the God ladder, the individual wants to find love of self. And I think that's such a big switch, because as you travel up the God ladder, you see the change in the ego. It's truly makes a big difference in your life, because you gain wisdom, you gain joy, you gain peace. And when the ego is changed in that way, it gives you the opportunity to access all of these things in the God ladder. You go up the God ladder, and there's a psychic barrier that's, maybe Kimberly, you want to talk about anything about the psychic barrier?
The way Judith Larkin Reno taught it to me over many years was that the part of us that lives in the world is in these three lower realms. This is the part that is in time and space. So I'm in this body where I am at this time now, and that's the only time and space I can be in, is the one my body is in right now. However, there's way more to us. And when we go beyond the barrier of time and space, that would be the psychic barrier, into the intuitional realms, we now go beyond time and space, where we can access the understanding, the knowing, and the experience of what there is to us that's more, what there is to existence that's more than what we can see limited by our five senses here on earth. So that intuitional realm is the first place where we're able to see back into the past, forward into the future, and to see beyond what we're limited to by our five senses. And we access that through our imagination, through the imaginal realms, through our intuitive knowing. So that gets us into that intuitive realm, and from there into the soul realm, where there's only divine love.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think these steps, going up through the first gateway, the awakening, and then as you move up to the second gateway, the enlightenment. And I do feel like that the ego is a big part of this change, because you're changing yourself. You're changing into different dimensions of yourself. And the divine connection as we travel, where have you often gone to sleep and gone somewhere else, like on a trip and traveled somewhere? It's just been fun, hasn't it? So you get to experience so many different things. And at the fourth gateway, there's a dissolving of the false self, a dissolving of a death of the old self, and a new self arrives. The void, which would be the Christ self, is that correct?
The Christ self is really at the sixth realm, the God self.
Okay.
The void is where form disappears. There are no words,
Okay.
no thoughts, no form, just pure beingness.
Well, that's what I guess I misunderstood, that part of it. So, okay. And then you have to integrate, your body has to integrate to go back down these gateways so that you can anchor yourself, so that you are stable in yourself. And as you go down, you change into the ego. It becomes, of course, you love yourself, self-love. And that's important, because that way you can be more of a witness in life. You can see things from a different perspective. So, do you all have any questions about this? I just feel like we're at a time where this is so important, and we're at a time when we can check ourselves to kind of see where we are, because definitely I fall down from the godly self into the judgmental self of, and I'll get information that I'm doing that, and I'll go, uh-oh, I better stop that. So I think that this little chart is just perfect to have kind of taped up somewhere. It's a road map, actually. It's a map of, where you want to go. And I don't say this lightly. I believe that this is the most important thing you can do for yourself. Is to go through the spiritual steps, to go through the spiritual steps so that you can have your peace, joy, and serve humanity. Because that's why we're here. That's why we're here at this particular time. Yes, Gregory.
I would just like to say I love, and I've never seen this God ladder before, but I love the way that it's layered. That we have an opportunity to come and go as we are going through life, and we might not always be at this point one time. We might be over here, but once we reach a point, we can navigate through it a little better. And I love it that it's layered in a way I could follow and understand, appreciate.
Yeah. A lot of people are working on the fifth dimension now. They call it the fifth dimension. It's the soul level where the Divine Mother, where wisdom and love are there. And then, well, there's quite a few people that I've talked to that feel like that's where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Any other comments?
One of the ways that Judith Larkin Reno described the God ladder to me, by the way, this is her illustration. This is the culmination of 50 years of deep and profound spiritual exploration and teaching. And one of the ways she described this to me is that we want to have access to all of the states of consciousness all the time. And it gets to the point where as you inhale, you're going up, and as you exhale, you're coming down. So we're flowing through each of the different states of consciousness. And when we need to feel our hearts in love, we go into the fifth realm with the soul. When we need to have more light than that, we go into the sixth realm with the divine presence, the personal presence of God. And if we need to be focused on balancing our checkbook or working or driving the car, we want to be in the lower mental states, in the critical mind, because we need that to stay present in the world. So Judith's experience of the God ladder is we want to be able to flow easily and effortlessly, to transition through each of the realms of our being, to understand each of those realms, to understand how to use them, when to use them in the course of life.
And I love this book. This gives a better explanation of about the God ladder. It's very detailed, in depth. I don't know if you can see it. I think, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
Written by Dr. Janet Reno.
Judith.
Mm-hmm.
Judith.
It's called A Mystic's View of War, and I have that. If you're interested, just let me know.
It's a great book. It really is.
Judith wrote that when we were having Desert Storm. And so, and everybody was quite upset about Desert Storm, but it applies now with what we're seeing in the world right now. So that view of war is as inner war with ourselves, getting to discover who we truly are, like Rena has been saying, but also observing conflict that's happening in the world around us.
I do feel like, as I've said, this is so succinct in what we should be looking at for in reality of where we are and what we can do for ourselves, for our own wisdom and for our own being. And that, it's a gift. This is truly a gift to see this God ladder and kind of associate with it.
I have a comment.
Yes.
I just, I think what's interesting is, Eva, can you put the picture back up? Anyway, I think what's interesting about it is the integration. It's like you can do the soul self, you can work your way up, which is what we spend our lifetime doing. But you get to a point where you can integrate all of the work we've done with Oak Ridge and with Gateway and, various other teaching and aspect stuff that we've done, and bring that down into this vibrational level, which is really what we are here to do.
Right. And I love the seventh gateway where it's blessed ordinariness. I just think that's just perfect, that we're just, here we are, we're just human beings, but we have gotten all this knowledge and truth, and then we can serve humanity and help others with their journey and with their wisdom and help guide them on their path.
Rena, can you talk, and Rena and Kimberly, can y'all talk more about the gateways, the concept of the gateways and what those mean or how they work?
Well, I just thought that they were, it's a ladder, it's a step by step. Is that right, Kimberly?
That's one way to look at it. There's so many different ways to look at it. So there's a number of things happening in this graphic. So one are the steps on the rungs on the ladder themselves, or they're actually realms of being. There's the physical realm, there's the emotional realm. We actually have different bodies. We have an emotional body, we have a mental body. I'm sure you know that. And so there are these different realms of being that have their own rules and benefits, or Judith would call it their laws and their blessings. And so the first step is to really understand what's the difference between them. And a good example of that is when I was meditating a lot and before I really understood the value of the importance of being present in what you're doing right now. I'd been meditating very deeply, and then I got into my car without really coming down and getting back into my physical body, getting back into my critical mind, my lower thinking. I was driving on a very busy highway, and I was driving actually straight into a semi truck that looked transparent to me. And fortunately, Spirit snapped me out of it, and I realized, oh, I almost killed myself being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we don't want to be in the void while we're driving our physical car in the world. And that was one of the ways that I really got the importance of what each of these realms of consciousness is and what are their qualities, what are their benefits, what are the rules in that area. And then, so the next part of this is once you kind of have a sense of these different realms of consciousness and you understand how to transit them, how to move up and down between them at will. Then the next thing is to become aware of the spiritual initiations, as Judith called them. And so the first one is awakening. It's our first state of consciousness when we first begin to question, there's got to be more to me than what I know in this physical world. That's that first gateway of awakening. And then as we move through consciousness, as we explore, as we dive deeper within our being and explore the vastness of what's beyond the limitations of physical life, the next one is enlightenment. And so on the ascension arc, we're learning how to connect and go higher in our consciousness. And once we reach that place of dissolution, where as Rena was describing, the ego dissolves, and we want to bring it with us. We don't want to try to kill off or abandon our ego. It has an important part to play. We want to bring it with us and bring it into the love. That's ideally what we want to do, to bring it into the love. That's what happens at the fourth gateway. Everything that prevents the ego from coming into the love is dissolved. And that's where we anchor into source light, into source love. And from there, we begin the integration, as Bronwyn was saying, and the descension arc. So Judith Reno was one of the first people I heard of talking about the descension arc. And then a few years after she started talking about that, I heard Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith claiming that he was a descended master. And I thought, that's it. He knows. He's made the connection with the divine. He's descended with it down onto earth, and he is living in a state of connection, of blessed ordinariness, of participatory divinity here on the physical earth, sharing the blessings of the divine love. So that's the ascension and descension arcs. That's difference between the different realms and the gateways. So we have experiences of spiritual initiation. It's not like a ceremony that somebody does for you. It's what happens in life. And often these spiritual initiations come with some upheaval in life. And that upheaval is bringing us the benefit of scraping loose parts of ourselves that we don't need anymore, that aren't truly us, and opening our hearts and beings and consciousness to greater understanding of who we truly are, our mission, what we're here for, and so that we can make that so important connection with the divine aspect of ourselves, with the Christ consciousness, and claim it here in physical life, bringing it down through the descension arc into the physical realm.
Beautiful.
Josie.
I would just like to say something about being human. I think that's the part that you learn in metaphysics, that you're not just human, you spirit, soul, body. And my experience, my road to Damascus experience showed me that I was spirit, because I spoke to myself and asked myself, how long was I going to persecute the Christ of myself? That wasn't my physical self. It would have never done that. That was my higher mind kicked in and asked me, well, how long? You know it's more. So how long are you going to keep going this route? As though you don't know it's more. Now you don't know what the more is exactly, or what path you're going to take, but you do know it's more, because you're getting so you can't take your classes. They're not going far enough. And so that's how I met Oak Bridge, because we're spirit, soul, body. A physical being could never become spirit. I mean, it's too far away. So spirit has to be the one that's actually activating everything anyway. And that's how I had my experience. Just spoke to me and asked me, so how long are you going to do this? My physical body and my physical brain would not have done that. Don't know anything about it, actually. That was my higher mind.
Well said, Josie.
Beautiful.
So Rena, you have a meditation for
I
us.
do have a meditation. So if everybody will.
Do you want me to leave the graphic up during the meditation, or
You
take it?
can if you want to. You
Okay.
know, either way is whatever anybody wants to look at it or feels, you know, either way. So if you'll just close your eyes and bring your attention to your body. Feel the points of contact that you share with the chair or the floor, wherever, if you want to lie down. And set a simple intention. I open to clarity and presence. Let the intention sit like a soft light in the center of your heart. And feel that beautiful light inside you. Breathe naturally and notice the breath as it arrives and leaves On the in-breath, imagine drawing a thread of gentle light down through the crown of your head into your heart. Picture that beautiful, beautiful connection of your crown chakra and your heart. It's a cleansing light. It's a healing light. On the out-breath, release anything that feels heavy or clouded. Just take a few breaths and just see what you feel in your body. If there's anything that you can let go of that feels like it's weighted. Continue to breathe and just feel that anything that's in there that just needs to be released. Then scan from the top of your head slowly, slowly, slowly down to your toes. If you meet tension, breathe into it and imagine it softening. Allow your jaw, your throat, your chest, your stomach, your hips, your legs to loosen. Let your body feel freedom. With that beautiful white light that's shining inside of you. Bring your attention to the center of your chest, the heart center. Feel the natural rhythm with each heartbeat. Imagine a beautiful, warm, translucent light glowing there. Gentle, peaceful. This beautiful light glows between the seen and the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that beauty in there, that beautiful glowing light. Imagine a thin veil above you, above the pituitary. It could look like a fog, a curtain, a soft membrane, an energy. Notice, does it have any color? Does it have a texture? There's no judgment. Just observe it and see what's there. Breathe softly into your heart light and see the light expand. This beautiful, beautiful glowing light inside of each of you. It's expanding. It's getting bigger. Breathe into that. and see that heart light expand more and more and more as it approaches the veil. With each in-breath and with each out-breath, and a gentle, beautiful light from the heart to the veil. See the veil warming, thinning, becoming transparent. There's no force. It's just peacefully, beautifully, a warming sensation. It's open, it's tender, it's gentle. Let the light do all the work. Notice the colors, if there's any colors, or any messages you've received. As the veil grows thinner, see what's on the other side. Is there, with subtle clarity, quite knowing, is there images, is there feelings, or just a simple stillness? You don't need to push anything or chase anything. It's gentle.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Allow whatever arises to be held by your heart light, knowing that everything is perfect, everything is divine, your light is beautiful, you are beautiful. Now think of both sides coming together. Feel you're both here, the body and the field beyond the veil. Know that the veil's not gone forever. The veil is there, but it's a peaceful, gentle feeling, a love feeling, an accepting feeling. It's simply more transparent now. This transparency helps you live with more ease, more insight. And repeat silently, I am open. I am present. I meet clarity with compassion. Let each phase settle like a pebble dropped into the calm water, making gentle ripples. And see how beautiful you are. See how much wisdom you have. And have that knowledge of your beautiful self. And when you are ready, or when you feel like you can open your eyes, you can come back and join the group. Take your time. It's not a rush. You don't have to rush. Just be gentle with yourself. Give yourself time. How's everybody doing?
Pretty
Excellent.
Good.
You're beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was spectacular, Rena. Thank you so much. I
Yes,
will come
yes,
back.
yes. Mm.
But we have some questions. I don't know how much time we have left. How are we doing on time?
We have a bit more time.
Eva have had some questions that she created, and what has been your growth or awakening experience in this time of revolution, or anything you want to share about the meditation, anything that came to you that you'd like to share, or your experience in your growth?
I'd like to share. So that was really beautiful, Rena. I've been doing a lot of work on understanding how my pineal and pituitary glands open access to the higher realms. And this meditation was so beautiful and soft. It's like the veil was like a really fine linen, beautifully embroidered handkerchief like my grandmother had. And I could see it just, I could see the light shining through it. I could see the air flowing through it. And it was just dancing around on this gentle breeze with the radiance from above going through it and the blessings from below going through it. And it was just such an incredibly peaceful and beautiful experience. Thank you so much, Rena.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have Gregory?
Oh, go ahead.
I would just like to say that was beautiful. And like, as Kimberly was just saying, how you think of that soft veil, you also, like, I thought of climbing that ladder and understanding the levels in every rung that we were going through, up and down. And to me, it takes action in your life to be passionate about what we're doing, and to go up and down that ladder. It's not easy, but it takes action, and you have to, you know, get off your butt and get into your head, get out of your head into your heart, and make it happen for yourself, and it'll grow and show towards other folks that are still searching like we are. But I don't know, this ladder's beautiful, and I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Gregory.
Josie.
I don't know if anyone. Oh, there you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know if anyone can hear me. My name
Yes.
is
Yes.
Julian.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for that meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I just envisioned, I've done meditations where I meditated on the soul chakra, the crown chakra down to the heart. This time I just focused, on not only the words, but also on that kind of thin gossamer thread that's coming from the top of the crown chakra to the heart, and try to envision myself just peaceful and calm. And whatever thoughts would come, they would go. And I found that most of the thoughts that were coming to me were peaceful and positive. And I appreciate the meditation and the chance to participate. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Josie?
What I really love, I mean, absolutely loved about the meditation was you kept me in my mastership. You didn't allow me to come down, so to speak, because I wasn't pushing and pulling. You told us not to do that. Don't push, don't pull. Is easy and effortlessly. Now that's our mastership. It's showing that we don't have to make it happen. Just allow it to happen. And your meditation was just flowing like a feather, moving around in the sky. Say, "Oh, you're this. You don't really have to do it. You are this." And you're doing it so easy. And I said, "Oh, she got me." Because anytime somebody tell me that I gotta push and pull and snatch, and I said, "Nah, I've been there, done that one." And so anytime somebody helped me to remember my mastery, it was just absolutely beautiful. I really, really, really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Josie. Pat, did you want to say something? Did you have your hand up?
I just couldn't tell.
Okay. Well, I wanted to also say what Josie was talking about, the ease of it. The Jeshua reading today that came to me was that Jeshua tells us, "Beloved, you are beloved angels walking on Holy Mother, the earth. You are the light come down, as it were, from heaven. And yet I say unto you, there is no coming down. You are the up, you are the down, you are the far, and you are the wide." And he's talking about awakening, which is another way of talking about that God ladder, climbing up into the higher consciousness. And he says, I say unto you, being present in every moment, you will find yourself to be awake. Every moment as you lift up your eyes and you behold the beauty of a leaf on a tree or play of the sunshine upon the leaf, as you behold that flower open to the sunshine or the bird song or the smile of your brothers and sisters, you will behold the Christ light in them. You are truly awake. It's easy. It awaits only your choice to be present with whatever is in front of you.
Just got that. I'm awake.
Hold it in holy vision. This moment comes from the place of the heart to find the peace. So that is the God ladder and that whole beautiful cycle that we are in remembering and awakening to that Christ light within us and seeing everything. He's not talking make exceptions, but seeing everything in holy vision, which is that higher
Holy
part
vision.
of that God ladder.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what we're evolving or remembering or awakening to. There's many words for it, but when you feel the peace, that's when you know that you're touching that realm within yourself,
Right.
spreading it around.
Yes.
That's
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you, Eva.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to say? It's just.
Well, you know me, I always have something to say. I always have words. Well, this is my thought. We actually exist in all aspects of that ladder at the same time. It's just, and this is what Greg is saying, this is where the work comes in. It's to raise our conscious awareness and our spiritual connection to these ladders. But we're already there. We may just feel it or know it or be able to operate in that.
Right.
Kimberly's doing this. I must have hit on something.
Yes, beautifully said.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to say too, the integration aspect too, which I find very helpful because I've had that since before, like doing the Way of Mastery classes or being at an advance where it's very fifth dimensional energy, very high level energy, no separation. It's so lovely. But then you come back, like come back here. But and I remember actually saying, I can be there or I can be here, but I can't do both at once. But this is a model for doing that. It's bringing that energy back in there. I can be that and I can do that. So thank you, Rena. And thank you, Kimberly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
thing from Joseph. Can you speak to us? Joseph is from Uganda.
Hi, Joseph.
Um, Hello, hey, hello, Rena. Uh, uh, I mean, uh, I hope there you're hearing me.
Yes.
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 Am I
Mm-hmm.
loud enough? Loud enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I said like I'm really excited to connect with you once again. Okay, I last connected. It was like 2 years ago when Judy Scott's herself was still speaking, and then from that time, I think I never got some links, emails like for Zoom I got today, and then so that's how I couldn't join. But I would actually from all that time I'd wanted to join, but it is today
Ah,
that I checked my email today, and then I saw the links for Zoom, and then I said I'm going to join, but uh, actually. I think I was very happy to see it today,
We're
but I
so
last
happy you're
joined.
good.
Yeah, I'm also happy. Actually, I really love the messages for Judy Scott. I read them. Actually, I used to read those new newsletters from the Oakbridge site direct, those which could come like per month, monthly, and of recent, I'd just gotten one of her books. Actually, I'm even going to read one that you mentioned, book 8. I want to read all those volumes. I haven't started
Yeah.
reading, but I want to go through those volumes. I like the messages, and
Yes.
through the meditation that you did, I felt like more calm, more connected, and like grounded to continue that journey of self-discovery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Being here.
Thank
Thank
you for
Yeah.
coming.
you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Glad you're here, Joseph. Glad to see you.
Thank you, Joseph. We've been changing how we do things. And so I apologize if we if you didn't receive some of the notices, but we'll check and make sure that you're on the list, won't we, Bronwyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure
Yeah. So he
you're
can get the newsletter too.
getting the invites. Yeah. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be so happy. I would be glad.
Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Is glad to have you, and hopefully you will
Yeah.
receive all our newsletters because we send them out at
Right.
least once a month, sometimes twice. So if you don't hear from us, let us know, and we'll double check.
Okay.
Sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes information disappears out of the system, and we don't know that that's happened. So,
That's
yeah,
true. It does happen.
if you're not getting the emails, let us know and we'll make sure that you're on the list so that you do get them.
Mm-hmm.
And I would encourage everyone to go to the new beautiful Oak Ridge University site. It's just gorgeous. And Eva
Mm-hmm.
and Kaylee have done a lot of wonderful work on it. And there's a lot of good links. There's the store. You can link to the daily message, which I send out. I don't write them, but I facilitate them. And our newsletter. So be sure to check the website and explore what we have there.